Hi. So now I've connected with my mobile net and I hope this doesn't happen again. Deep apologize. Um, may I know who is Samsung SM? I don't know.
Hi, this is Sonam here. I'm sorry, I'll just edit it.
Okay, that's fine. That's completely okay. Yeah. Okay. I was telling you about my pain points. Um, how I would feel very disconnected when I had my child. And even after doing so much work, I just couldn't find that connect and space. So then I again started working on myself to find the love and connect again. And I realized that very simple things would affect me. Simple things like I had read so many books. Now I don't know who here has not read Conscious Parenting or The Brainchild or This is How to Talk to Your Kid. All those very famous books that all parenting experts speak about. I was following people on in Instagram. I was following people on Instagram um, who would be speaking about how to connect with your child, how to have a calm parenting, an easy parenting. They would have these scripts mentioned. Huh. Uh, and Something was still lacking there. I would, the moment my child would cry or whine or want to do something, even if he was jumping or playing or coloring, it would just trigger something in me that I would just not understand. My logical brain, which I would in my class ahead would call it as your frontal brain, your neocortex, this part of your brain. So your brain has three parts: the front brain, the middle brain, and the hind brain. Uh, Remember the first ultrasound that you had where you heard your baby's heartbeat. The hindbrain and spinal cord heart were developed at that time. So this is the part that develops first. This is responsible for survival. Now, then the middle brain uh, develops. The middle brain part is its function is to signal your body that you are in danger or what to do, and it can connect to those parts. It can remember a few things in bits and pieces, that this happened and that's why the body had to jump up and move into survival state. The frontal part, the part that is responsible for perception, which is responsible for understanding logic, that develops the late, as late at 18 years, as late at 28 years. So just imagine. So the frontal brain, which was reading those post books, that would know, understand that this is not right. But I was still going into survival states. What is survival state? When your body, kind of squeezes, or you just want to run from that situation. You don't want to see what is happening in front of you, or you just want to, you get into a fight or flight mode. All of that was happen. I would do meditation also. I would ground myself also, but then it was not happening. So now let's get to the point. I was missing the connected parenting part. The connected parenting, which you also have read as conscious parenting or responsive parenting or calm parenting or present parents parenting. It could be, you can call it with any number of name. The logic is that parenting is a very difficult job, and you and the kid, the relationship between you two, how connected is it? How present you are in your body when your child is having a difficult time, and how you are able to calm yourself down when your child is not very comfortable in front of you. It could also be said as regulation and dysregulation. If you would have tried by now ways to control your child's reaction, to just want them to suddenly maybe quieten, suddenly listen to what you are saying, or suddenly move from point A to point B, suddenly get ready. So if they are playing, just get up and get ready. But that doesn't happen. You cannot control their life. You cannot ask them to do something because you are feeling it. What you can do is you can just take responsibility of yourself, of your nervous system, of your regulation. Uh, a very simple example. How many of you feel uncomfortable when your child is sitting on a chair and moving their feet? And you end up saying कि पैर मत हिलाओ. You can say a yes and no. Okay, all the time. Yeah. What is the reason behind it? Why does it trigger you? The child is shaking their leg, moving their hand, moving their feet. When they're sitting, they are moving just like that. Exactly. That is the point that I'm going to say. So you are telling me that I just cannot tolerate it because my mom would used to do the same. It's cringeworthy feeling. When your child is conceived, when they are in your body, yes, uh, they learn how to regulate. So when I'm using regulate means um, calm, present, in the moment, when you feel safe, when like right now I'm sitting here, I'm feeling regulated, I'm feeling completely fine. When you look at me, you tell me that Himadri, your voice is so soothing. Or right now, when you are looking into my eyes, looking at me, you're also feeling regulated. So we are doing co-regulation. When a child is in the womb, they are regulating when the mother is moving, when the mother is shaking. If the mother is doing something like that, the child is also moving. Sometimes we automatically start moving and you feel, okay, I like this. I'm enjoying this. Fine. Now the baby comes out and you rock them to sleep. You're rocking them. Why are you rocking them? You are, uh, tapping their back. You are tapping their chest. खांसी आई टैप करो खाना खाया फंस गया गले में टैप करो you'll do this, you'll do this. You're constantly tapping, you're constantly regulating them with the movement. And then when they are growing up, they have to find their own way of regulation. So how are they doing that? They are moving their feet to and fro. They're moving their hands like this while you want them to sit straight. They're not feeling regulated. They want to do something. Jumping, when your kids jump on bed, when your kids jump on sofa, as irritating as it could be for you at that moment, they are just trying to regulate themselves. Nothing else. They don't know any other way to regulate themselves. So connected parenting, the amount of connection we have with our own inner child will be the amount of connection we have with our child in front of us. That's why this entire therapy, entire healing, entire thing is about that. Work on your nervous system and you'll be able to be present in your body. You'll be able to sit when your child is having a discomforting feeling in front of you. If your child is crying and you also start crying at the same moment, what is that going to result? Nothing. When your child is having um, a breakdown, they want something and they're not able to get it and they're crying, and you know that this is um, it could be regarding to their safety. You cannot give them. So the child is crying because they now want to um, touch the fire or burn a candle or something, and you know that that is something which can catch fire. And so that's, you want them to be safe. So you are telling that this, you cannot do this, but they're crying and crying and crying. and you're trying to control that situation. And while they're doing so, that crying triggers something in your body without any logic. And you're having thoughts like, oh, I really cannot do anything. I am not good enough. I can never make him quiet. Or, um, I was such a quiet kid. I would just listen. Why doesn't this kid listen to me? All those thoughts come up because that is how your body has learned about safety. Now, a very interesting term as neuroception. Neuroception is the way your body senses danger, finds out safety or dysregulation, finds out that it is safe and can be here, or it has to run, fight, flight, or freeze. Okay, fight is when you're trying to fight a moment, you're trying to have a power struggle with your kid. Flight is when you just want to leave them and run away from that situation, that I cannot handle this. It's better if I was not a mom. Freeze is, oh God, I am just not a good person. I'm just not a good mom. I can do nothing. I'm not. This is the simplest thing that we all could do, and still I'm not able to do it. So neuroception, it could be the conscious awareness below your, consciousness, before your logical sense. It is that body's awareness to sense something is safe or not. You go to a club maybe, and you suddenly don't feel safe. What is that? Suddenly not feel safe. It is neuroception. It depends on three things. Embodied means something happening in your body, just as you saw the kid crying and then it triggering something inside you. It could be environmental. So when you go to your in-laws place, something is not comfortable, you just feel that I'm not safe. Third is relational. You don't have a good relationship with your mother, and every time your mother comes, you just don't understand what to do. There is something very deep in you that feels that this is not safe and this is not going to work out. Are you all with me till now?
Yes.
Thank
Yes,
you.
Himadri.
Thank you. Please have a sip of water if you have, because these things tend to get very drainy. I don't want that to happen. Please have a sip of water. So, just as we talked about danger and safety, neuroception is also the reason why your child smiles when they're very small, and they smile when they are around you, when they feel uh, calm when the mother is with them. Uh, that is also neuroception, right? Mother and baby, they're always called together. Baby don't have their own identity when they are born. They were first inside the mother's body, and then when they are out, they're in the same heart field, they're in the same nervous system. So they're learning how to regulate themselves, they're learning how to deal with everything which is outside, which is maybe too much. Why do, when kids are born, they are immediately put one to one on mother's chest? Because when so they were in a very safe environment, and they are suddenly out, and they're immediately put on mother's body to tell, the first thing to tell, you're safe, this is your mama, this is how she feels. And the moment when that touch happens, they know that, oh, I'm safe, it's okay. And then they're again taken out, and then they're crying, um, which is okay. This is how they will learn. But every time you're bringing them back to your body, you are, I also think why this is so much. So, of course, breast milk is very healthy and very good and everything, but it is one to one. It is connect. That's why people have discovered that, even if you're giving the bottle feed, put the baby close to your chest, put the baby close to your bosom, and because they need to sense, they need to learn. Their nervous system has to learn about safety, and they're going to learn the safety through their mother. That is why mother work is so important every time. Every time it goes round and round and round and comes back to it. Mother and baby. Hmm. Uh, yeah. So How do these child, how their neuroception is developing? A mother, a present mother, uh, touching them, holding them close, keeping them close, it's bringing their uh, it's training their neuroception to be safe and connected and available. uh, a mother having difficulty with being present, and maybe she's dealing with another miscarriage, maybe she's dealing with another loss, maybe she's dealing with a very difficult situation around her in-laws, whatever be the reason, something in her just wants to get away from the situation, so she is more into the flight zone, or maybe there are constant um, what do you call it, fights happening, or too much of noise, and always fighting. The mother is always fighting for herself, for her child. There is more of fight there. The child is also developing the same. Now, a very famous thing: let your child cry to sleep. If they are, if you want to sleep train them, if you want to potty train them, if you want to diaper train them, you have to let them just be. Imagine the child having difficulty to regulate themselves and they are not able to sleep. They just want to sleep with mama because that is how regulation will happen. They don't feel safe. Now they're crying, they are screaming, they are shouting, they are calling for the parents, and nobody is coming. The mother is not coming. And the child cries and cries. So when they are crying, they are fighting. And then they cry and cry and cry and they just sleep. So from that fight, they've shifted to freeze, numbness, and the thought that nobody comes. I'm not important. I am not uh, my parents. I'm not so important that if I cry, my parents would come to me. And then they move on with that uh, state, right? Imagine growing up with all the stress in your body. Uh, Imagine all the stressful experiences that you've had from childhood, right? Imagine yourself as a bucket and just close your eyes for a moment and feel how full are you at this moment? How full is your emotional capacity, the stressful situations? And imagine another bucket connecting to it. Yes, Krishvi, overflowing. Yeah. And imagine another bucket just beside it, which has all the lighter moments, all the moments when you were connected, you were safe, you were held. How, what is the state of that bucket? And imagine these two buckets connected. So when this is so overflowing, it is also moving to another part, and that is also overflowing. And imagine if that regulated, safe, connected bucket, if that had more lighter, happy moments, it would be flowing to the other bucket and throwing some dysregulated stuff out, just releasing it, just removing it. And this does not actually, you don't have two buckets in front of you that you can, put a mug and throw away water. You cannot do that. But you can constantly look at the bucket that's need to be full, that uh, needs the work required. I would be asking you to still close your eyes if they are closed and take a deep breath. So, when you said that your bucket is overflowing, also understand, are you aware of your emotional capacity? Do you know that this is how big is my bucket? This is when my bucket gets full. how often do you cross it? How often uh, do you overflow from that bucket, kind of spill all over? Yeah, yes. What happens when that emotional capacity is over? What do you do? I'm sure there may be situations that you're just trying to fight it out. You're trying to do something, but you're not able to. You're trying to get out of that overflowing bucket, but you're not able to. And while you are always spilling out, what is happening? What do you do? Yeah, flight. There is flight mode. We try to be alone. Okay. So, this is what our body does. The innate state of the body is to be safe and connected, to be held with people. Like right now, if there are five mothers, six mothers, and we all are feeling same, running away. Every single person of you is saying run away. Everyone wants to flight. Everyone wants to find that alone space. And when you actually do that, it's not even that. You don't want that alone. You are developed. You are built in as a body with your ventral state. Ventral is the safe and connected space where all the healing happens, where all the interaction happens, the state where you're eating something and you're digesting, the place that where you are closing your eyes and you're sleeping. You're not able to reach that space. So, how do you come out of it? Have you ever come out of it? Have you tried coming out of it? And what happened? Great, great. So, Mansi says that I try to listen to music, I journal, I try to find some alone time whenever possible. That's great. Spend more time in washroom. Try to write my emotions. Great. Journaling is a very good exercise that I have been telling almost everyone for a while. It's uh, really something that will help you empty the bucket which is full. But we end up emptying the bucket when everything is too full. All our concentration is emptying the bucket. What about filling the bucket? Are you filling the emotional capacity bucket? So it's getting full, it's overflowing, and then you are emptying it. What about this bucket, which is there, which has space and which is interconnected, maybe which you can fill more to have a balance, to be able to shift other thing out? Yeah. So thinking on questions. What do you mean by self-care? So somebody mentioned self-care. Yes, Neha, connecting with your inner child and doing something which I enjoy. Great. Um, One statement, very important. Do you have the same compassion for yourself, for your inner child, that you have for your child in front or for everyone around? So, someone who's saying they never do anything, it's time. I'm going to tell you a few things. Please start doing that. Please start including them. And remember, at the base of everything, have that compassion for yourself. We have compassion. Even if you take me, I have compassion for all of you. If there were 100 people in the chat, in the call, uh, today, right now, at this moment, I would have had compassion for everyone. But do I have the same compassion for myself or my inner child? I still uh, end up, telling myself that, you know, you should have done this by now. ये तुमसे क्यों नहीं हो रहा है? ये भी नहीं कर पाई तुम. Our call started and it disconnected twice, and there was a moment that I just suddenly got dysregulated. And what is it happening? I nobody wants me to do the call. The universe doesn't want to me the call. My ancestors don't want to me the call. But then just took a deep breath to understand that it's okay. It's okay. It happens in a day. Great, Neha. Great. That's amazing. You should. So you eat something that you want, even if nobody else is eating the same thing at home. That's really important. That's really good. Sometimes we want all of it to happen very fast, but building safety in your body, something that you did not build, did not have for all these years, right? 30 years, 35 years. It'll take time. You will have to slow down. You will have to pause. Slowing down doesn't mean leaving everything. Uh, when your mind tells you that, I can do this, I can be present for my child, or I can do the work. No, no, that is again filling just one bucket. Come into between that I am a mother, but I am a person who loves to do this, who wants to maybe have something, who has their own inner children, who has their own issues, which I can look into, which I can breathe in, which I can take care of. And then when I am regulated, when I am content, I can spread this content and calm to my baby. So make a note of five daily personal needs. Does children's sudden illness are also a reflection of our dysregulation? No, it could be maybe the something in your space or wanting you to calm down, wanting you to pause, wanting you to take a break. But none of it is about blaming, right? None of it is about because I'm doing this. Hence my baby is falling sick. No, no. They have their own. Babies tend to pick up energies from across. They maybe they are themselves dysregulated, and we imagine yourself that how do you know that you're dysregulated? A very good example. How do you know that you're dysregulated? You are catching all kind of flu and sickness around the world. Anything happens to anyone and you catch it. Do you see if you travel in a metro, there are two people coughing and sneezing, and there are so many other people. Now, two out of those people they catch flu, and two out of those people do not catch flu. So, what is happening differently with them? Those two may be already not present in the body, already going through something, and it's easier for them to pick it up. And these two people who did not catch it, they have a better regulated system. They are well fed, they are content, their digestion is going fine. Um, so, when I keep speaking about nervous system and its states, I have mentioned it before that there are three states. One is ventral, safe and connected. Other is sympathetic. Sympathetic is fight or flight, when you fight or you run away. And then there is freeze. When you are in freeze state, you can't do anything. But a person, human body, they travel to each of these phases on a daily basis. And they're very important. You have to be in a parasympathetic state, which is state of rest. Yeah. The negative part is freeze, but the good part is rest. So you're not doing anything, you're resting. You need your body to fight and flight. So come up to that sympathetic state. Imagine it as a ladder. This is the free state. Uske upar is your fight and flight. So something in your body wakes up. Get up, Himatri. Do this work. So now you're getting up, right? You need that. And when you're up, you have done the important chores, and now you're in that top zone, which is safe and connected. So you talk to your parents, you talk to your kid, you're doing everything, you're talking to me, I'm talking to you. So all of these are important. Imagine a person being in one state uh, for a very long time. That's when the dysregulation happens. So your child, if they are in a dysregulated space, if they are maybe in a freeze zone for a while, that's when something is happening. The body is trying to fight something for a while. They are trying to be in a sympathetic state for a very long time. That's when the body is starting to uh, show up that there is this allergy, there is this infection, they're just fighting. So their body is fighting. Of course, you'll give them medicines, but holistically, what is it that they're fighting? And if they're fighting with something, what kind of refuge, what kind of calm they're getting when they are at home? Are they safely held? Are they told that you are safe? And you can only tell your child they are safe when you feel yourself safe. I hope that I replied. So, again, going back, I've noted it down, right? Five daily personal needs, five weekly needs, five regular personal needs, your emotional needs, your safety needs, your social needs. You don't need to be social, right? Even if you say कि I don't really like meeting anybody, मुझे नहीं मिलना है. But that happiness which comes to you when you are with a person that you really enjoy meeting with. Imagine meeting with a friend you really enjoy talking. You feel good, you feel happy, you feel safe. And imagine going to a meetup where you completely don't feel safe. So that is what you don't like, but this you like. Finding out at each moment, awareness is finding out what you like, what you don't like. Are you doing what you like? Are you not doing what you don't like? And finding a balance. Nervous system safety, nervous system regulation, this awareness comes with slowing down, with pausing, and really finding out those things. A very important thing right now is um, building your survival kit. Now, as I promised, I would be speaking about what happens when the child has triggered. So, going back to that example, your child is jumping. Okay, your child is jumping on the bed and you're feeling triggered. Suppose you're trying to relax, you're trying to sleep, and the child is jumping on bed. What is it that you do? What can you do? And you have read everything. You now are an aware person. You know something is happening in the body, and you need to find an answer to it. So the first thing you say, I know that you really want to play this much. I know that you really like, but mama is trying to sleep. Could you go to other room and do that? That was first step. Child says, no, I cannot. Okay. You can either get into a power struggle or you move to another option. So the second option you tell them, um, I know you really want to do this, but mama is trying to sleep right now. Mama is trying to calm down. Is it okay if I go to other room and you jump here? The child again says, no, I cannot. I will be here. तुम जहाँ जाओगी मैं वहीं जाऊंगा मैं वहीं कूदूंगा. Okay, fine. You can get into a flight zone, but you'll not. Third option, you tell the child, I really know how you enjoy jumping and doing all this. Mama really wants to sleep. Mama is tired. So here is what we are going to do. We are going to play a game. This side of bed is mine. That side of bed is yours. You jump there. If you'll jump here, you'll be out. So तुम वहाँ jump करोगे and I'll sleep here. And then you have a good earphones, good set of earphones. You plug in your earphones and you listen to music. If your child is like mine, like 5, 6 years old, you would have been used to the jumping around. And the moment you listen to music, that's something that you're feeling the so when you're listening to music, you're filling the good bucket and you may be sleeping also. They also played. You also had fun. Now there could be a one, two, three. We talked about three things. There could be a fourth thing. Now that fourth thing is um, you've tried everything. You have also put music to your ears. The child is not stopping to jump. Uh, it is still disturbing. They did not move to the other part, whatever. Having a survival kit for yourself. What does it mean to have a survival kit? Um, it could be that message on your phone. It could be anything. It could be like a very nice box also. What are you going to put it in? You're going to put your favorite candle. Something to smell. It could be a candle, it could be a perfume, it could be anything that you want. Something to smell. Um, it could be your favorite pic. It has it could be your favorite travel picture. It could be a favorite picture of you and your child. It can also have um, maybe a hand cream, something you can apply on your hands right now. Uh, it could have the letters to child journaling that I was marketing a few days back. Yeah, it could be notes to self. Very nice notes to self. It could be different for different people. It could have a piece of chocolate or the protein bar that is available. Something which is small but doable and something that you can keep. Um, it could be a sign. It could also write, so where do you feel the most safe in your house? Your balcony? For me, it's my therapy room. For some people, it's their balcony. So the moment you see that, it's a reminder that these are the things that you can do, Himadri. So you instantly go to the balcony. And you also have those notes written, right? As Jasmeet said, the note had uh, simple, you like tea. So the moment you say, okay, I like tea, you get up, you make a tea, go to the balcony. There are 100% chances that the child is going to follow you there. And our um, our role is not to stop them. Our role is not to get into a power struggle. But our role is to set a nice boundary. And this will not happen in one day, but the child will learn eventually. So you tell them that I really need some break for myself. You play here and I will go out and have a cup of chai and come back. So you move out of that space. You move out of that noise, hyper triggers, sensitivity. You move out of that and you reach. And when you have the chai, coffee, whatever, you come back to the room, you'll be at a better space. When you are at a better space, you will be able to connect to your child and express what you want to. Now, another thing, you can create a calming box for your child also. That box can contain any of his favorite toys. Chances are, if it's a favorite toy, they won't be keeping it in a box. But imagine, like my child loves cars. Uh, it can be so the preference is maybe Hot Wheels, but if Hot Wheels are costly, I'll say ki I'll have a little car. I'll have a very little tiny car, maybe anything which is very, it doesn't have to be costly. It just has to be something different, something new, very small, very tiny. Keep that in a box. Then bubble kits, which are available these days, that is how the kids' um, sensory triggers are calmed down. So when your child is over dysregulated and overwhelmed and too much is happening around them, this is one thing which will really help. Something to drink, something to eat, uh, a child crying, jumping, doing a lot of other things. Just asking, okay, would you like to have this? Sometimes I say that, no, I'm not hungry, no, I'm not thirsty. What if there is something that you can actually make them feed? And the moment they have it, like 190% chances are there that they will have something and they'll let you go out of the room. They'll see that new toy and they'll let you go out of the room. You can create, if the child is small, you can have these little things like bottle, dhakkan, dabba, uh, any random thing, which is just very random, chhanni, uh, uh, cooker ki old city, anything. Sandbox, rice box, wherever the child can dip their fingers, dip their hands and feel something. Imagine the kind of when you're connected with nature, when you put your hands into it, why do you feel good when you are doing gardening? Because you're putting your hands in soil, you are instantly grounding, you're feeling something and you're feeling good about it. That's what happens when kids are putting their hands in sand, when kids are going to the play area. touching different thing, putting their hands, touching the grass. That's very good sensory exercise for them. Yeah, pouring water from one container to other, it's very good. It just scares because of the Delhi winters. Otherwise, it's a good thing. It's an amazing. Yesterday, my child was very happy doing what do you call it? दवाई के साथ जो आता है, the dipper, right? And he had a katori with few drops of water, and he was taking water from this and putting it in other, and that dropper that kept him busy for a very long time, and he was happy. Otherwise, he just wanted a new toy to play with that I did not have any answer to. The first instant that comes at, why do you always need a toy? No, why do you want a toy? But when you take a deep breath, you understand, okay, our our work here is not to get into that struggle with the child. Our work is to understand what they're going through, validating their feelings. You know, the instant, no, 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 don't do that. Instead of saying that, yes, it must be hard. I know it feels difficult. I know what is it that you're feeling right now. Asking them, and I know they are small; they cannot tell, but that is what we have to do. This, right? What are you feeling? Yes. So Neha, when you say that I'm unable to do this, drop into your body first. Where is that self compassion? I want you to find out where is the self compassion in you for yourself. So what happened when you wanted a new toy? Apeksha, I keep getting different logins. I don't know.
Yes, actually, I'm trying to connect with my laptop, but then the volume is very low. So I'm again connecting with my phone because then I'm not able
Hmm.
to hear you correctly. I'm
Okay,
sorry.
okay. It's okay. It's okay.
Sorry.
So I would really want to before everything else, before you practice. Yeah, I never demanded much as a kid. So how does that make you feel? That you never demanded anything as a kid? We were termed as Sharif. We were termed as good girls. We were termed as good bachas. But uh, really, were we really Sharif? I remember myself howling and crying when my mother would get a birthday toy for anybody else because I had to go to that party. Um, but I also wanted something. Not even as a kid, when I grew up. So why did we feel human design as amazing? Because it validated what we were feeling. As a manifesting generator, I lose interest into things very quickly. So I start doing something, and by the end, I would say I'm not interested in this anymore. I have invested so much of money. So I'm not saying, I would have said that I have wasted. I'm not saying wasted. I have invested so much of money in doing so many different things. I have not completed them. But maybe I had to do it to understand that this is not what I want. With my child, what happens is he needs a lot of different toys. So he says, I want a new toy, I want a new toy. And then that toy comes, he gets very happy. And then he feels that, no, maybe he's so. My work here is to tell him, I am telling him that, you feel that you want a new toy and you feel very excited, but then you just play with it once and then you don't feel that excitement. So, do you really need a new toy or you need a new experience? Do you really want to play with a very new toy, or you can or we can create a new game with an old toy? He'll say no to it because he's not going his frontal brain, the new cortex, is not developed. But what is my work here? I am the adult, he's the child. I am the grown up, he's the child. I can take responsibility, he doesn't have to take responsibility of it. So I can bring an old toy and maybe create something very new with it. I can put that, okay, today we'll play, today this will be today the dinosaur will be the good dinosaur, and the Avenger toy will be coming to kill him because maybe Avenger toy is now the Venom. Anything, anything. The child is wanting that creativity. The child is wanting that excitement. If I am not content, if I am not in my body, if I am not present, if I am not connected with my inner child, I'm never going to be able to do it. I will just say one thing, that I don't just understand why do you want a new toy every time. And this can be still my inner language. But then I'll take a breath and I'll understand, okay, he's trying to find something. What is it trying? So instead of correcting, I'm just trying to be curious. Okay, tell me more about it. Tell me more about it. Okay, ऐसा लगता है. अच्छा, ऐसा लगता है. Last time जब new toy आया था तो कैसा लगा था? Okay, you felt this, right? And then why do you don't play with it now anymore? Oh, so you got bored. Oh, so you like these kind of things. Okay, so what can we do here? So just sitting and trying to find a solution. And when you are in that state of overwhelm, all this that I said will feel like a bullshit. And we all go through these. Idea is to not stay in that state for long. Come out of it. Give yourself grace. Forgive yourself. And move on to something else. Move on. Find out what else you can do. I have created very nice points. So you did all this, okay? You've created your so important things. Find your emotional capacity. See what you're doing to build it. Have a survival kit for yourself. Have a calming kit for your child. Very important. Um, Now, there are two more important things before we finish the class. It'll take, I think, 15 minutes more. Um, 5-minute method. So when your child is struggling, right? When your child is having a difficult emotion, you cannot tell them to just snap out of it. You cannot tell them to just let it go. You cannot tell them to just forget about it. You are there. Your idea is to tell the child that even though you're feeling these difficult emotions, I'm there for you. I'm your mother. I am the adult. And I am here. I'm sitting with you. And at that moment, instead of uh, putting the bandage there, deep breathing into yourself. And if all of you can, for a moment, breathe in and find any in your head, any photograph, any moment, any picnic, any um, happy time, any vacation moment where you are very calm and relaxed and happy, completely in your body and present. Find it. Breathe into that image as if bringing that image in your body, anchoring it, putting it somewhere. So, next time your child is asking for a new toy and they're crying and they're howling, they're feeling it difficult, you've told them that I understand that you really like a new toy right now and you would really enjoy a new toy. But there is a boundary. We cannot keep buying new toys every time. But we can create new game with the old toys that we have. And I'm there. I'm there to do it with you. And I'm here sitting with you right now at this moment where everything feels so difficult. I understand. And while you are saying all of this, you're imagining, you're breathing into that vacation picture of yours where you are lying on maybe grass and looking at the sky, maybe sitting on beach and drinking mojito, anything. Maybe that one holiday where you were reading a book and slept while doing so in the sun. Whatever feels safe, calm, and happy to you. Keep going back to it. Keep breathing back to it. And imagine that picture, imagine this feeling to be put at one part of your body. Imagine that to be your anchor to safety. That would be the safe space where every time you can go into and breathe. You can also then share this experience with your child and teach them to have the safe feeling. And when you're there, you can slowly open your eyes and come back to here and now. Taking deep breaths always work. Breath is how um, the energy shifts, moves. So it's always good to have these deeper, longer breaths. And teach your child to also do the same. By teach, I am not asking you to give them a lecture on it, because child is going to do what you do, not uh, do what you say. A very important reminder to all of us. The other exercises that you can do is, so I've made a list of it. Sit on ground, okay? So you and your child sit on ground in front of each other, and as if and your feet should be touching. So you're sitting in front, your legs are open in a V, and your child is also sitting in the same direction, legs are open in V. Take a ball and play. Roll the ball. It goes from this side to their side, from their side to your side. This is how you can practice co-regulation. This is one exercise. Second exercise, take a tennis ball, roll down roll it down on your child's back, up and down. Okay. Touch hands, uh, touch your hands with their hand and connect your face to them, like uh, we would snuggle our nose to little babies. We we could do this too when they grow older also. The touch, the smell, it is important. Go for a walk together. It doesn't have to be a walk anywhere, just hold hands and go in. While you're holding hands, feel it and tell them that it feels good. Or I notice that your fingers are bigger now. I notice something about you. Tell them what you notice. Be present with them to be able to notice something about them. Read together. That's why it's so good to read books to your kids before sleep. Now, don't kill yourself if there is no specific time and schedule for doing this. Do it anytime you want. For me, it's coloring and painting with my kid, and my kid would never love to color or paint. He doesn't right now, also, but he there is a middle thing that we found out. He likes to put stickers. There was a time where I had new stickers, and he asked me, and I would say, no, 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 I have kept these good stickers for myself. When I was small, I bought these stickers then, and they're still with me, and you'll just waste them. But I took a moment and realized, what do I mean by saying that you'll waste them? It's okay. They are just stickers, and this is my boy. So it's fine. Then things like don't write on the wall, don't put stickers on the wall. It's repairable. It's doable. You know, work on the connection first and then go to any other things. Now imagine a dysregulated mom, imagine a mom which is already struggling with her own emotions and being in so difficult time, and then she's also trying to handle everything else. She's also trying to manage what the kid is doing, why the kid is doing, how the kid is doing. uh, I've seen this craziness about screen free parenting. Why do you want a screen free parenting? Okay, it's not good, it's not fine, but there is a limit to it, right? If a child is watching 4 hours, 5 hours, 6 hours continuous TV, that is maybe not right. But if they can watch half an hour TV and you can sit somewhere in peace, why are you not choosing your peace over that? Why are you on depression pills and you're not letting your child have watch some TV? What do you feel? How does it make you feel? What is so important about it? It's okay. Anything in extreme is to be away from, right? We have to find that balance. If they're watching, they will mess up. They will end up doing things that you don't want them to. It's like um, me expecting my child to never get hurt. They are going to get hurt. It's like me telling that you should not, learn cycling, because if you learn cycling, you can hurt your head or bruise your knees. What I can do is I can teach them and I can put the helmet and kneecaps, and still they will fall and still they will hurt themselves. My work is to be here, to be this calm, present parent that a child can come back to and tell me that, Mama, it hurts, so that I can hug them and put some cream and tell them that I'm there for you and it'll be fine. I'm here for you. That is important. What did you need the most in your childhood when you were small? You wanted presence. You did not want things to not go wrong. You failed a test, but you wanted to come home to tell your parents that I failed, but they would say that it's okay. You can study and learn and then move ahead. Instead of, I don't understand because you never study, you never do anything, you were bound to fail, you will fail again, you're a failure. That's no, right? Singing together, that's very good. One of the anything that will work on the vocal cords, because the vagus nerve is connected with it and it'll calm down, it'll be good. And it is also a good way of telling them that instead of when mama is sleeping and you singing alone, let mama wake up and then both of us will sing loudly. Dance, dance, not proper dance, but anything, shaking your body. Why do you think animals after fight they go back to their digestive and restful and complete normal sense? So shake the body. Shaking your body is really important. Tapping together, tapping, or a proper, if you don't know EFT, even this tapping, I'm safe, I'm grounded, I'm okay, I love my mama papa, my mama papa love me a lot, things like that. It's good. Lying on grass now, this there is winter, so lying on grass and looking at sky, beautiful example. Lying on bed looking at the fan, it's important. Why do you say that it's important for kids to be bored? Let them be bored, because that's how they will realize something else. That's why they'll find something else. So, for you, also for you, standing in balcony and looking at the sky, doing nothing, having no agenda, sitting in this room, looking at the yellow wall, nothing, just looking at the wall. It's telling your brain that you do not always have to do things. It's fine that if you don't do anything. Then practicing breathing together. So when you're taking deeper breaths, practice doing that together. So that's all. I had a message that I did not take up. Talking to God before going to sleep. This way she speaks up so much about feelings, likes and dislikes. Okay, that's good. Anything that is that brings the connection. Alicia, you said that it makes me feel sad. How are you now? Are you still feeling sad, or you found that safety in yourself that you can connect to? So, was that clear, informative? Did that help? Will it support you? Feel free to ask me questions on this, or you can uh, ping me also if you feel so. Thank you, Jasmeet. Um, so before we um, put our calls away, connected, remember the amount of connection you have with your inner child is directly proportional to the connection you will have with your child in future or right now. Neuroception, the way our body senses danger, right? So next time you go somewhere and you suddenly feel, I don't feel good, take a step back and analyze what is happening. Um, you cannot control your child's behavior, but remember, they learn co-regulation with you. Why is it that you feel calm when you talk to a therapist? Because they are regulated and you're just co-regulating with them. Right now, while you're talking to me, you're looking at the sunflower, you're looking at the candle, you're looking at the paintings. All these things, these are your environmental safety. Relationship between you and me is a relational neuroception, safety. You're listening to my voice, you're listening to me, you're meditating with me, moving with me. That is how your body is co regulating. Even though it was in session, after this, you will feel good, you will feel calm in your body. Creating your emotional capacity list. What is it that you will do every day? And find time for it. Every day, every week, monthly, safety, everything. Having a survival kit for yourself, having a calm kit for your child, the 5-minute method of finding that safety inside your body. And then exercises, sit on ground, feet spread, playing tennis ball, touch hands, go for walk together, sing, dance, shake together, animal example, remember, tapping while saying any affirmation or anything good night, tapping, lying on grass, looking at sky, sitting in room, looking at wall, lying on bed, looking at the fan, practicing breathing techniques together. Whatever you breathe, however you breathe, include them into it. And please share about this masterclass. Please talk about this masterclass. If this helped you, it would really help me. If you want someone else to uh, go ahead to look at this masterclass, please tell them to ask me. I'll share the recording with them. I'll share the recording with everyone who registered. There were 37 or 40 people who registered. I don't know. So I'll share it with everyone. I would want all of you to use it, to read it. Not read it, I mean, listen to it. Because um, this is what I learned in past 6 years. And I would really want everyone to know this. I'm still learning, I'm still growing, and um, I'm very happy to be doing this. Tell me more your questions on what you would want me to create future workshops. Please, any kind of feedback is really, really helpful to me. Tell me what else do you want. Tell me what workshop would help you. Tell me what support would help you. Uh, so this master class is not a funnel to anything. It's um, I'm very happy and grateful at this moment. But please tell me more. Please tell me what is it that you would want to know and learn more. That'll help me create more workshops. Quickly getting to that question, any tips on how to deal with whining? He is 3 and asks for everything whining. Um, Breathing into your body and asking him to breathe to us. Tell them that when you say things like that, it doesn't. mama doesn't feel good in the body. Mama doesn't feel good. It is I can only reply to you when you talk a little bit calm, when you are centered. Express it to them and do not invalidate what they're feeling. Of course, tell them that yes, I understand that this is what you're feeling, and truly try to understand, truly try to feel it. That yes, this is what is happening. And the moment you'll feel and connect, you'll know exactly what is it which is triggering, what is it that is happening at that moment. Okay, yes. And is it okay if I take a photograph with everyone? I would really like to uh, share it on my social media. Yes. Um, yeah. Thank you. Thank you, everyone. Thank you so much. Did you say anything, Mansi, right now? Okay, just thank you. Yeah.
No, no.
Okay. Okay. Take care. Take care. Bye bye.
Have a good day, Himadri.
You too. All of you. Please have lots of water because even if it feels nothing, even this breathing and talking and meditating, it drains a lot. So have lots of water today. And it's a Sunday. Try to find something that you can use and create as connection. Okay, take care. Bye.
Thank you, Himadri.
Yeah.
Bye.